One of my favorite biblical verses is Luke chapter 12, verse 48. To whom much is given, much will be required. As a youth, I believed that this referred only to material things. Today, I know that it is so much more. We are held responsible for all we have. All of us are blessed with talents, wealth, knowledge, and time. And it is expected that we use these well to glorify God and help others. Most of us do not have the capacity to single-handedly change history, but I truly believe that a simple act of caring creates an endless ripple. St. Cyprian's has a long history of members who have cared, and the ripple started in 1905 has grown and continues today. We come from a strong lineage of tireless workers who have persevered against great odds. I feel very fortunate to be a member of this church and have been given much. It is an honor for me to tell you why I share my blessings. I try to share my blessings because it is the right thing to do. Martin Luther King Jr. told us over half a century ago, the time is always right to do the right thing. The charge to share and help others was ingrained into me since my earliest days. I can hear my parents telling me to help set the table for dinner, or them asking, Billy, please cut that last piece of cake in half and share it with Lenice. Share and share alike. Always the smart aleck, I thought, I'm older and should have more than her. Boy, did I have a lot to learn, and St. Cyprian's was instrumental in my education concerning giving. My earliest recollection of St. Cyprian's involves the punch and cookies served at Sunday school on Tyler Street. Thoughts of that frosted silver pitcher containing cherry Kool-Aid still brings a smile. I became an alkalite in elementary school, and to be totally honest, I did not initially like it. The vestments were not fashionable, and what child wanted to get up early Sunday morning to carry a candle or ring a bell? I recall Father Ivor Otley always thanking the choir and alkalites following the recessional every Sunday. His thank you was extremely important and insightful to a child who felt his part in the church service was insignificant. Father Otley's acknowledgement of my participation was something that I never forgot. As I grew, our alkalite master, Mr. Lawrence Wilkinson, provided the training needed to carry the cross and assist with Holy Communion. He was excellent at explaining the service, our duties, and the importance of being prepared. I credit St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church with changing my life in 1978. This was the year that I participated in a summer youth project held in the Central American country of Honduras. Growing up, I was extremely quiet. I was a good student in school, but I really didn't feel good about myself. Guess you could call it a lack of self-confidence. I was different, but we all are. Anyway, I had a rebellious streak, and I started skipping school at age 17. One morning, I announced to my parents that I was leaving and not going to school. Well, let's just say things got out of hand, and I ended up on the floor. After my father had me under control, my mother called St. Cyprian's new rector, Father Nathan Baxter, and asked him to come over. Father Baxter convinced me to get up off the floor and have lunch with him in our kitchen. He prayed with me and told me to trust in the Lord. Later that school year, I remember receiving an application from Father Baxter concerning a 6-week youth project to Honduras, that was sponsored by the National Episcopal Church. I applied and was accepted. My trip to Honduras provided me with an opportunity to learn about another culture. It allowed me to focus on something other than myself. It provided me with a glimpse of a future helping others. It made me a better person. I really believe that everything happens for a reason. If I was not a member of St. Cyprian's, I would not have known about the trip. If I did not know, I could not have gone. And if I did not go, I believe my future would have been very different. Honduras was important because there I felt free to be the person that I wanted to be. I started to listen more to my heart. I learned to be kinder to others and to myself. I truly learned on many levels that it is indeed more blessed to give than to receive. This is the basis of my sharing my blessings. St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church saved me. Never underestimate the power you have to positively impact another person's life. I am grateful 40 years later. I am grateful to the late Mr. and Mrs. Stewart Whiting for their generous gift that paid for a large portion of my trip. I am grateful to Bishop Nathan Baxter for believing in me and helping me grow. I am grateful to my parents and my sister Lenice for loving me unconditionally. I am grateful to my astonishing wife, Michelle, for 28 years of love. I am grateful to the congregation of St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church for everything that you have done throughout the years. Serve because you are blessed. Worship because you believe. And give because it is the right thing to do. God bless you all.
Thank you.